coming with some news. You know when you just talking and then all of a sudden on your phone, what you're talking about, things start to pop up. Now I'm coming with this news because to me it'll help you save money in the long run because when you talk about things and you see it on your phone, you might put it in your cart, buy it later, and that can be something where you may use your credit card for depending on how big the purchase is. So I'm trying to make sure y'all find ways to save money because companies do certain things to make sure you pay for things. Now, this is a news update on what's going on and how you can turn it off because your phone is actually listening to you. All right, let's get into the story, y'all.
Ever wonder how your iPhone always seems to know what you're thinking or how you receive ads for products? Were you just speaking about these things to your friends and family and then they pop up? Well, your phone could be listening to you. Luckily, the cyber guy Kurt Knudsen is here with us today to let you know how to find out which apps on your phone are listening to you and how you can turn that setting off. It's great to see you, Kurt. Help us,
Jackie,
understand this process, because somebody once told me that worked at one of these social media companies that Facebook, for example, wasn't listening to you, but what it did do is know the proximity that you were within friends of yours. So if your friend likes Lululemon and you're standing right next to them, that could be how those ads start popping up on your phone. Tell me what's really going on here.
Very true.
Now, one thing I do want to say, you heard what she said. If you're standing next to your friend and you may be talking about the same thing or they may be looking up something, if you're in the same room, same building, it's going to connect to your phone, and that's how somehow, some way, everybody know the same thing that's going on. Everybody know what's popular. So just understand, even if you're in a room with somebody or in a room or in a certain state, certain area, you will be into the same thing just because you're in the same room or facility with the person. All right, let's keep it going.
You're right about location monitoring and tracking as well.
Location
what do you have,
monitoring.
an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
iPhone. Grab it right now. I'm going to show you how easy this is. But first, let me just tell you the problem here. I counted 26 apps on my phone that do not need to be listening to what I'm doing. I was shocked myself. I update this stuff and I think I'm locked down on privacy. But, beyond using a smartphone assistant like Siri on this, I really didn't think it was that open. But make matters worse, when you get new software, sometimes it resets or you...
Now, I know I want to get through the story, but I want y'all to look at the screen. The green, if you see a green on your phone, like something's like near the camera, that means you're being listened to or somebody's recording what's going on with your conversation. Just so they can pitch you a sale without knowing you're getting pitched a sale when you open up your phone. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, but let's get back to the story.
Download a new app, you didn't even realize, you just said, yeah, it's okay, you listen to my microphone.
Yes.
So what do you do about all this? It is so easy.
Settings.
So open up right now, let's go, exactly. Go to settings, you're gonna scroll way on down to privacy and security.
Privacy
and then
and
you
security.
Scroll a bit more down and you're gonna find microphone. Now, green means that they have access to your mic. If it's gray, no access. So whatever you see
right
on
now
that
have
list,
access to me. Gmail, Instagram.
I had
wow.
Right.
Uber.
I don't need Gmail to
X.
have my microphone. I didn't need Uber to have that. I didn't need X to have that. I had a calculator that I downloaded, like what seems like last century, and it had access to my microphone. And then you go, oh, when are they accessing this? What are you doing? Well, one pro tip here is if you ever notice on the tip top of your iPhone a little tiny orange dot appear, that means something is accessing your microphone. So if you're not on a call.
Okay, the orange dot means that your microphone is on. The green dot is your camera. The orange dot is the microphone. So it might be in your pocket when it comes on. It might be sitting on the table face down and the microphone just on listening to whatever conversation you got going on. The next thing you know, you pick up your phone, open it up, and whatever you talked about is right there and they're ready to pitch you, sell you, whatever you talked about.
Or you're not on FaceTime or you're not using an app where you're actively talking through it, I would say you better check this list and say what's going on. Also, if your phone ever has malware, which they do, even iPhones, scammers are listening to you, period.
Scammers.
So how do you get rid of them? You just constantly look at this list. you remove them. If you got an Android, the instructions for that are also very, very similar.
Really important stuff, Kurt. People have to try to protect themselves as best as possible. Kurt Knudsen, thank you so much. Great to see
Protect
you.
yourself.